Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Well, for me, some days are good, some days are bad. But of course, it's probably part of the pandemic, right? Hopefully, the Major League Baseball will start soon. I really hope the Cleveland Indians will start their season pretty good. I also hope the Cleveland Browns will start after Major League Baseball season, which is September. However, I really hope that they'll have a better season this year than last year and go ahead to the Super Bowl. And last but not least, I really hope I will have a season of the Special Olympics Mayfield Lancers basketball season this year. However, I think we could definitely use a cheerleading squad. Definitely have a cheerleading team to cheer on our team, which I think would probably be nice because apparently it will help us a lot to go into states. So let's start on what's been happening in the month of June of this year, which is 2020. One night I saw the moon and I decided to get a bunch of photos of it in different colors. Here it is, as I like to call it, the moon shadow. Now the camera I use is called a Nikon Coolpix P900. Of course I use my iPhone to film because I don't have a camcorder. Here what it looks like in regular color: white, orange, yellow, and last but not least, blue. Basically reminds me of the Smurfs movie. One day we went to this place called Menor Marge in Mentor, Ohio. We basically saw this eagle's nest, probably a bald eagle's nest. And fortunately we were too far to get a close-up with my camera. So we decided to hike back to our parking spot and then we drove on to Ohio State Route 44 and we got a close-up. I mean, this nest was big. I mean, this picture was kind of bad because the limbs were in the way and I couldn't really see the eagle's face that well. So me and my dad looked for a clearing and we took a little bit better pic. There were still limbs in the way, but this picture is a little bit better. Here's a little bit of a closer one. Now, if I had a Nikon Coolpix P1000, I would probably get a lot cooler pic than this. Although at first, we stopped at this really nice restaurant called the Mentor Family Restaurant. Now, of course, the building was probably a Pizza Hut at one point. And yes, it really does look like the original looking of the Pizza Hut. But nothing tastes good like a restaurant version of a chocolate milk. I had this real good French toast with what appears to be whipped cream or frosting or something like that with chocolate chips on it. It tasted so good. We actually saw a lady when we first walked in and she had one. And I wanted to try one myself. Here's the most exciting part. On June 7th, 2020, I went all the way to Chagrin Falls to see my girl for the first time in 4 months. We actually went out to lunch together with my mom and dad as well. So we decided to walk around the town and pretty much see all the places that she goes. And yeah, I would love to discover new towns. But I tell you what, man, these falls are beautiful. The shape of the falls is basically like a tiny version of the famous Niagara Falls. And basically is actually part of the Chagrin River, which I believe. Unfortunately, going close to the falls was closed. Unfortunately, I would love to get a close-up of the falls. One of the things that my girl loves about Chagrin Falls are these 3 colored walls. The first one she likes is the brown wall. We got one picture of us, one picture of her, and one picture of me. But there wasn't a picture for the brown wall of me. Now the white wall basically looks good in the sun with her beauty in it. To me, her beauty is as beautiful as Ellie Fanning, which you probably know her role as Princess Aurora from Maleficent. Yep, the Sleeping Beauty herself. Now, if they were gonna make a movie about us in our true love story, I would definitely have Ellie Fanning play Catherine. And of course, to play me, I would definitely have the one and only Christopher Mintz-Plasse. However, a few years ago, someone told me I look just like this guy. He's known as his role in McLovin on Superbad, which I wish I could see that movie because that movie looks hilarious. But there's only one problem. Ellie Fanning is my age, which is 22, and believe it or not, she was actually born a month before me. That's insane. And of course, Christopher is at least 8 years older than Ellie Fanning. He is age 30. Actually, he's about to turn 31 this month. So can anybody tell me, does it have to be exactly the same age point that you have to film a love story? Or can you actually have an age 22-year-old and of course an age 30-year-old basically playing a younger version of him? I mean, at least Ellie Fanning is not a minor. Please leave your answers in the comments below. So yeah, back to the story. You gotta love the white walls that she's in. And of course, she is beautiful and, of course white walls are pretty cool though. Sorry that the window's in the picture though, but I kinda like the window there. However, this is kinda cool though. It kinda looks like she's blending in with the wall. And then of course, here's us sitting down right in front of a red door and of course stairs with eyes on it. She says she doesn't like the look of her feet. To be honest, I think her feet is beautifuler than mine. Please don't hide your feet. It's okay to show off your feet. To be honest, her feet and the rest of her skin is very beautiful. And I also love how she has her hair down like that. And last but not least, the blue wall. The only wall that I like that was featured on another picture she had. I also like the fact that she also loved my beard. Although it's kinda nice to see different pictures of her by herself on the blue wall. Of course, the two of us on the wall in the sunlight. Of course, the blue wall was a lighter blue than my shirt that I was wearing that day. She said there will probably be cars parked where we were taking pictures at. But there was no cars at all, thank God. Just people waiting in line to get some either ice cream or popcorn. I forget what they were doing. I gotta admit, I also love her skirt that she was wearing. Kinda looks like the same material used for blue jeans by Levi's. It kinda reminds me of something my grandma would wear. Of course, I love what my grandma wears. It's basically her style and I don't mind it at all. Now we pretty much went to the other side of the Chagrin Falls, which is, I believe, I don't know what side it was on. Of course, we got a picture right by these flowers. Of course, a picture with her with these flowers definitely looked good with her shirt. So we stopped here and pretty much took pictures, and there was a lot of ducks and geese swimming in the river. Basically, it was like Duck Duck Goose with real life ducks and geese. And of course, cute little goslings which look like they're fully grown almost. And believe it or not, I took this picture and it looks like a dinosaur, maybe a raptor. This goose looks like it may be related to a raptor. Now I'm pretty sure these look like geese when they are pretty much little and small and young. Or they may be ducklings. Keep in mind, when you see a goose doing this, it means it's either being threatened or it might be protecting its babies, and of course it might attack you, so be aware. It's kind of pretty cool to actually notice that the white on their head pretty much almost seem like you can't really see their eyes. Until you can probably zoom in with your nice camera and get the picture of their head and you can see their eyes pretty clearly. Oh, Forrest Gump vibes. Most importantly, you should know your girl's favorite flowers. My girl's favorite flowers, however, are roses. Now this is a rose bush. Believe it or not, I actually saw one of these at a nursery, and I wish I would have got them because I would love to grow roses for my girl. And here is a picture of the second falls. Believe it or not, there are two falls in the Chagrin Falls area. Now this one looks like another small version of Niagara Falls. Although I think this is the coolest pic I ever took. It's almost like bringing an effect to see geese cleaning themselves by the falls. But it's also cool to see us by the falls as well. We ended our date by going to this candy shop. Unfortunately, we had to wear a mask. Her mask was so cool, due to the fact that we had to protect ourselves in case COVID-19 is in some people. We had to wear our masks in the candy store. So I believe she actually got some gummy stuff. I got a cow tail. And of course, my brother got himself a fireball, which is the most spiciest candy in the world. So after that, we drove her home and dropped her off, and then we head back home. It's sad to see such a day end, but I really hope this won't be the only time this summer I'll get to see her. Wednesday, June 10th, 2020. It began to look like it was about to storm one evening. Now, believe it or not, I have my music on whenever I have a storm come in. I had a lightning alert on my phone, and let me tell you, this storm was intense. It reminded me of the storm that happened on September 13th, 2019, which was on a Friday. Yes, Friday the 13th. At first, it looked like the storm was to the north, and then it wasn't even until I noticed there was some dark clouds coming in over my house. So I was basically in the great room, and of course, it was over the great room's roof. Towards the middle of the storm, I actually got a lightning strike on video. Whoa! Woo! I just got that on video, baby! That was sick! Now let's watch that in slow motion. And super slow motion. And a freeze. And after a while, those storm clouds actually did not move a bit after it passed us. I actually got this cool picture of part of a lightning bolt. I gotta admit, it's really hard to get a lightning bolt pic. They flash real fast like a camera flash. But yeah, I really hope every day my girl will keep in touch with me and send me snaps on Snapchat. Good thing is, we pretty much text each other a lot lately. And of course, she all of a sudden got back into the habit of sending Snapchat pictures of her cat and of course other things. Hopefully she'll stay on that habit on keeping her streaks up. So, but anyway guys, I have to end it there. I hope you guys have a great day. Oh, and one more thing. Thank you so much for getting me up 201 subscribers. I could use 1,000 subscribers and more. Please, tell your friends who have bigger amount of subscribers and tell them to subscribe to my channel right now. That's right, you subscribe to my channel and I'll subscribe to your channel. This is how it will work. But I will never break the golden rule. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and remember to protect yourself from COVID-19 by wearing a mask in stores, restaurants, well not really restaurants, but places that may require masks. Take me home.